Okay, here we go. So, your current energy for the month of June. The Page of Athames. This one really makes me think of King Arthur and the Sword and the Stone. He pulls that sword out of the rock, right? I feel like this is your energy. Kind of becoming aware of your own strength, if you will, and not necessarily your own physical strength. Here we have a young female page. This is an energy of intellect, your logic, communication, right? This is the element of air. And we all know that even as adults, nighttime can be pretty scary, right? Even more so for a young child. So what kind of courage must it take for this young girl to be out in the middle of the woods at night by herself? So that's what I'm saying. I feel like you guys are starting to understand, acknowledge your own courage, acknowledge your own strength. You're not necessarily scared anymore. And of what? Who knows, right? Who knows? But you're not really scared anymore. You're starting to embrace your own strength and feel strong and believe that you're strong. And it could be that it's coming from your own wisdom, and that's what's making you strong, right? Oh, this is a great card. Yeah, so for June, I feel like you're really stepping into your own strength via your wisdom, having experienced a lot of things, right? You've gained wisdom, which is giving you the strength to embrace new relationships, opportunities, things that come your way, instead of maybe shying away, and not because you're afraid, but just because you didn't want to have to deal with certain things. I feel like now you're kind of ready to re-engage. Okay, this card represents any challenging or helpful energies. Oh, gosh. Every time I see this card, I just want to be like, ugh, right? Because I can almost feel that heavy burden. It's like, oh, I need to take a break. So challenging energies it's an energy of having to do it all yourself. But I feel like it's more so that like things are out of whack. Things are out of balance here. Yeah, it's funny. It's almost like, so there's definitely a feeling and energy of, having to do something all by yourself and not really being able to rely on anybody. But hold on, let me see if the words are going to come to me. But I feel like you feel like you can't really rely on somebody or anyone else, but I feel like that's not accurate. I'm kind of wanting to say like there are people that can assist or help, or organizations, whatever that you're going through. I feel like there is help available, but I feel like it's just up to you whether or not you accept the help or ask for the help. Something along those lines. Okay. All right, the root of the situation, which has brought you to this sense of strength. Awesome. Of course. Great card. 8 of Pentacles. Here you have this man who's clearly some sort of carpenter. And look at how he just like loves his work, right? He takes care to do it. He enjoys it. And he does it very well. He's a master of his craft. That's you. I feel like there's something that you're working on that you're passionate about, that you love, and you do it well. And having gone through all the hard work, the learning, the practice, right? And it's your experience of what not to do and how to make the perfect circle, which is almost impossible without a compass, has really brought you to this sense of strength. Like you recognize your strength now. And this next card is your immediate past. The reason we go over our immediate past, I'm sure most of you are aware, It's because it affects who we are today, right? I mean, it kind of seems like common sense, or I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but this is lingering effects on who we are today. And it's the Five of Athames. So this is the Five of Swords in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And there's subtle differences. And for this deck, it's almost like neither one of these guys wants to get shortchanged. Here you have this guy, and I feel like this is you. That's this guy, right? Who has lovingly and skillfully created these little daggers here, right? And as he's selling them to this merchant, he wants to make sure that he gets a fair price for his merchandise. And on the other hand, we've got this, buyer who is going to purchase them and wants to make sure that he's not ripped off, that his product is a quality product. And I'm sure as a businessman, he wants to make sure that he doesn't pay too much. So I feel like this is you here, right? And you've been through this process of making something and giving it away, selling it. It could even be like you, right? In the past, you've been through an experience where you didn't necessarily create something, but maybe it was something that you held dear. Your sense of loyalty, writings, right? Something that was personal to you, something dear to you. You kind of, I don't want to say you gave it away or you sold it, but I feel like, you were in a position where you were able to offer it to somebody, if that makes sense. And then your crowning thoughts for June. This is what's in your headspace. This is what's going on, your thoughts, what you think about the current situation. The Two of Wands. So here we have a woman who is sending her, I guess it's her yarn, off to be sold at the market. So this isn't so much as about, am I going to make it? Am I going to succeed? It's more about, yes, you're definitely going to succeed. All you have to do is just wait for the return on your investment for whatever it is that you've been working on. Because she's sent these yarn spools off to the market, which then have to get displayed and then sold, and then the money has to make its way all the way back to her. So you've got the talent, right, which is like evident by these cards, and you've got what it takes. You've got the ambition and you've got the know-how to be successful. It's just a matter of waiting for it to come back to you. So these are your thoughts. Is maybe you're wondering how long it's going to take for, your success to manifest. Okay, your immediate future. And again, this is a general reading and it is for the whole month of June. So it's relative to whenever you see this video. And amazing. This is all about your ships coming in. So like I was kind of saying, and I love it because it kind of reinforces that, yes, you're going to be successful in your immediate future. This is you, right? You're watching the successful completion of an operation that you have just kind of managed, right? You got all these different moving parts and pieces and people working together on a same project, and it's done. It's operation success, and you've completed it, and it's all because of your skill and your talent and your ability to manage, right, and work with others, especially because this guy could not have done it all alone, right? You need like the boat captains and the deck hands. And that's just on this shore. On the other shore, you needed like the cargo guys to, load it onto the boats. So the point is this is all about a success because you were able to work well with others. So that's a great card. So far, this is a really good reading, Libra. And this card is your attitude about the situation, whatever this situation is, I'm guessing. And the reason we want to know what our attitude is, even though it kind of seems pretty apparent that we know ourselves and we know what our attitude is, but sometimes what we're subconsciously putting out into the universe isn't actually what we think we are putting out into the universe. See, so your attitude regarding this whole thing, and I guess it really comes back to this card right here, is it's sort of like a certain defensiveness, right? You've got your guard up. Here we've got a young hunter, very close to home. He's got his food in his hand. It's his kill, right? He's very skilled. Like I said, you were up here. He is, what's that word? Tactical, and knows how to hunt, can take care of himself, right? Look how close he is to his home. And yet out in the woods, he's looking over his back. Like he can't really relax. He can't, he's just got to watch his back because he doesn't know who's there. He doesn't know who might be sneaking up on him. So there's this certain feeling of having to have your guard up. Not necessarily why. I don't know why. Just remember, this is a general reading. Might not resonate with you. This is the energies that are surrounding you. So this could be spouses, lovers, children, teachers, for some reason, just popped into my head, coworkers, parents, anybody who's close to you, anybody who could have an influence on you. The Battle Wagon. This is a great card. I love this card. So the energy around you is that you can do it, right? That you're very capable. So this card is the Chariot in the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot. And look at these big, strong, beautiful horses, right? And now look at this guy's hands that are not on any reins. By his sheer will, he is guiding these horses to where they need to go. That's kind of the gist of this card, is by your will, your grit and determination, you can do it. The people around you believe in you, and that they know no matter how complicated things are, no matter how long things might take, you've got what it takes and you can accomplish it. So what a great card to know that the people that are in your life that are close to you completely have faith in you. That's a really great card because that's going to just do nothing but support you. This next card is hidden energies, hidden information, things that you need to be aware of. And it's the Star card. I love this. The first thing I want to say about this card is that there is a certain sense of vulnerability that you need to let yourself feel, let yourself be, kind of expose yourself, if you will, not in that way, but in an emotional way, right? You see how she's naked? Well, it's not just because she's a fairy, but it's because she is exposed and she's vulnerable. That's part of the strength of this card, is let yourself be vulnerable, right? Her also being halfway submerged is kind of indicative that whatever's going on in your mind, whatever concerns are on your mind, that subconsciously you have the answers. You know what to do. Maybe they'll come to you in your dreams. Maybe if you meditate, pray, just kind of go to a still place, that the answers are within you, right? That's kind of why she's submerged in the water, which represents our emotions and our intuition, psychic ability. But you have the answers. So don't feel pressured to search externally. You've got what it takes. And those that are around you know that you can do it. Libra, your reading is going so fast because it's so straightforward and easy. Okay, the overall outcome for the month of June. So the Eight of Wands, I'll be honest with you. This is like the one of the very few cards that just doesn't really make sense to me, but it means news of some sort is coming to you. Communications, right? Now this could be like in any form. Nowadays, it could be something that you see on the internet. It could be a newspaper, a text, a phone call. It could be inspiration, right? Like say you're praying or you're meditating and something just pops up into your head. That's communication from spirit, right? So this is quick communication. And, it could be that you're going to be waiting to hear word. It could take a while and you might be getting impatient, and then boom, all of a sudden you're going to hear something about it. Okay? Yeah. All right. Let me see what cards we have over here off to the side. I always pull 4 cards off to the side. I just can't get them in the view of the camera. I'm sorry. And I take these to mean a sort of advice. So the first one is the Ace of Wands, which is a new beginning, new passion, like a new zest, not necessarily like a new zest for life, but like something that you're excited about, some sort of like new creativity, divine spark inside of you. And then a Nine of Wands, which is a sort of, almost like, again, it's almost like another form of defensiveness, but with no need to be, right? You don't need to be worried about job security, or almost, I would say, like if you're a little bit jealous, you're concerned that like your girlfriend or boyfriend, like maybe somebody else might be trying to take them. This is kind of just saying like, you don't need to feel that way. There's no reason to. There's no legitimate reason to be. You're secure in everything that you have. And then the She. I like this card too. So this is about... Okay, so do you see these little fairies that are kind of like whispering in her ear? They're kind of giving her a recipe, right? And she's kind of like got her ear open and spirit's whispering something into her. And she's manifesting it, right? That's the beauty of it. She is taking something that is not tangible. It's formless, right? It's a thought. It's an idea. It's inspiration. And it's being made manifest here. And that's what you're doing, Libra. You're taking something from the ether, right? And you're making it something tangible and real that the rest of us can see, touch, experience, enjoy. So this is kind of like what advice, what the advice is for you, which is really good because it's kind of like whatever's going on that you're feeling excited about, dreaming about, it's like you're going to be able to manifest it. And then you can't see it, but I always have it like this is the one that's propping it up. So this is the card that's propping it all up. And it's the Harvest card, which is beautiful. It's essentially, I think it's pretty obvious. You reap what you sow. You've been putting in all this time and effort, right? Like a farmer would. And you've planted the seeds, you've watered them, you've tended to the crops, and now you're going to see the fruits of your labor, if you will. It's a beautiful card. Look at this big, beautiful house. There's his wife. So you're going to have your loved ones. There will be, the fruits of your labor. It's just a beautiful card overall. It's almost like abundance. You're going to have everything you need and then more, right? It's such a beautiful card. The flowers are, growing. This guy can afford to have livestock. He's smiling and happy. It's a beautiful card, right? It's a very good omen Or can omens be good? I'm not sure. But you get my point. Okay, just let me have a second and see if there's anything else here in the cards